Hello everyone, this is Miguel Contreras, your realtor. Today I am with Maureen Martin, a good friend of mine with SanDiegoHomeLender.com, and we're going to talk about HomePath. Maureen, HomePath is one of my absolute favorite products. I love it, I love it, I love it. Particularly for the first-time investor. So let's talk a little bit more about the nuts and bolts of HomePath. How does it work for an investor? What are the down payment requirements for HomePath?
Well, I always suggest to investors, so I'll have people call me all the time and they say, well, we've only got 10% to put down and we want to get an investment property, and this is the program for them. So HomePath is designated Fannie Mae foreclosures that Fannie Mae has designated for HomePath financing, which is a form of conventional financing, but it allows for different requirements and restrictions. So the number one thing is the low down payment.
Yeah, this is huge for you people who have been on the fence or have been wanting to invest for a long time, but you don't seem to be able to come up with the 20% that you need for an investment property. HomePath allows you to put 10% down, so this lowers your down payment requirement and gets you into a property quickly. Now, there are select properties out there, as Maureen stated, Fannie Mae owned, or foreclosures that are owned by Fannie Mae specific. So, but they are out there. Now, what's the biggest benefit of
The biggest benefit is no mortgage insurance.
No mortgage insurance.
So,
did you hear that? Can you repeat that?
No monthly mortgage insurance or
no
upfront. No monthly mortgage or upfront mortgage insurance.
So that's a huge cost savings for any borrower. I mean, typically, how much would a person spend with mortgage insurance on a loan?
Oh, well, on a conventional financing, it depends on your credit score. It depends on your down payment. But on FHA financing, you're looking at, well, the new changes are going to be 1.35%. So monthly. So a typical conventional with say 5–10% down is anywhere between like 0.45 to 0.85 depending on the borrower's qualifications.
That's a huge cost savings. So get this, I'm going to drill it in there. No mortgage insurance with HomePath. So two things already: lower down payment requirement and no mortgage insurance. What about the appraisal cost?
No appraisal. There's no appraisal. I mean, I definitely suggest sometimes that the borrowers get an appraisal just for their own, FYI kind of thing. But the lender does not require an appraisal. And then my all-time favorite is the condo. The condo cert is waived. So the complex can be, I always say the complex could be on fire. They don't know. And I say that loosely. But the complex can be in litigation. The complex could have low owner occupancy rate, low budget, low reserves, and they would still be able to obtain financing through HomePath.
And sometimes for first-time investors, a condo is probably the safest bet to get into a deal because it's a lower price point. It gets your feet wet, so to speak. But it's so tough, right, to get into a condo because the HOA has issues, the occupancy rate.
Well, on the lower price housing, because a lot of times the lower price housing, there's a reason that it's lower price. There's a lot of investors, and that hinders the buyers.
It's so with HomePath, if you find a HomePath condo out there, you don't really have that issue. So no HOA cert, no appraisal, no MI, no MI, I'm repeating that again, and 10% down. That's
3% for owner occupied.
Right, 3% for owner. So let's talk about that.
No MI. So on a HomePath owner occupied loan, no mortgage insurance, and the minimum down payment is 3%.
So if you're a first time buyer out there, 3%, no MI, and no appraisal.
Right. This will definitely trump the FHA buyers now. Now, there are requirements for the qualification requirements, lower debt to income ratio. It does require DU approval. You need at least a 660 credit score. Not all 660 credit scores get DU approval. So it's definitely case by case and something we want to look at.
So if this interests you and you think this might be a good fit for you, where can someone reach you?
You can reach me at www.SanDiegoHomeLender.com or 619-857-7191.
All right. Thanks, Maureen, for joining us. I'm Miguel Contreras. Thank you so much.